The Invisible Legacy: How to Stay Alive in the World's Memory. On a silent morning, Lucas found something unexpected. An old notebook left on the desk of a renowned poet who had recently passed away. He felt a mix of reverence and curiosity as he flipped through those yellowed pages, where handwritten words pulsed with a life of their own. It was the first time he had touched something so personal and profound, a fragment of that man's soul. Inside the notebook there was an intriguing inscription, an epitaph, a final thought left for posterity, intended for his own tombstone. What Lucas read surprised him deeply. The message reflected a desire very similar to the one he himself cultivated for his future. The idea that, even after the body leaves, the true essence must live on in some way. This instant sparked a powerful reflection in him. How can each of us ensure that our passage through earth is not forgotten? Can the words, gestures, and actions we choose today become our immortality? This question resonated in Lucas's heart, calling him to understand that living is more than breathing. It is leaving marks that transcend time. The poet's inscription was not just any epitaph. It was an invitation to a full life, a declaration that the true being here is not limited to the physical body, but to the presence in the actions, memories, and connections we leave in others. The power of shared words and feelings along the journey is what truly transcends. And so, Lucas understood that the legacy we leave is not in monuments or titles, but in what remains in those we continue to love, respect, and inspire. May this not just be an abstract idea, but a call to act and live with purpose. Finally, he asked himself, if you could write your message to eternity today, what would it be? What words would echo through the generations yet to come? For many, death is the definitive end, but is it really? For Anna, the absence of her loved ones never meant a colorless void. She learned early on that those we love never truly disappear, as they remain alive in memory and heart. She remembered her grandfather with such intensity that his presence felt palpable. In the stories told, in the smells that brought her back to afternoons on the porch, in the gestures he taught. For Anna, dying and being forgotten were opposites. Only those who are not remembered, who leave no traces that time cannot erase, truly die. This perception brings deep comfort. The idea that even physically gone, the human connection we build allows us to continue being present in the daily lives of others. A smile, a look, a habit, or a word can carry the essence of the one who departed. Absence, thus, is not an end, but an invitation to the perpetuation of love and symbolic presence. Anna understood that by cultivating memories and values, we create invisible bridges that resist the passage of years. But she also knows that this memory needs to be nurtured, and that our contribution to the world, whether through small gestures or great deeds, is what guarantees this continuity. To live only to be forgotten would be a waste of the most precious gift, the opportunity to impact lives. And so the question arises, what are you doing today so that your name becomes synonymous with remembrance, affection, and transformation? We live in a society fascinated by fame, by public image, the spotlight, and instant approval. However, Sophia learned that fame is ephemeral, while true importance lies in the impact we make on real lives. She observed that many famous people today will be forgotten tomorrow, as fame is tied to the ephemeral, the superficial, the passing. Importance, on the other hand, is measured in the affection, the care, the support we offer and receive. It is possible to be fundamental to someone without ever appearing in headlines or TV shows. Those who silently care for patients in hospitals, who support a friend in difficult times, who educate and inspire with dedication, these are the true pillars of life. Sophia remembered the examples of anonymous people who, although invisible to the world, transform the daily lives of those around them. These people are what truly remains, for they are present in the essence of what matters. This distinction made her reflect on her own priorities and how she would like to be remembered, not by fleeting fame, but by the genuine importance she left in hearts. And you? Are you seeking the glare of fame or the warmth of true importance? João always believed that love is the key to the immortality of the spirit. He admired spiritual and humanitarian leaders who dedicated their lives to serving others, understanding that true greatness lies in the capacity to love and care. But he knew that truly loving one's neighbor is a daily challenge. It's easy to have compassion for those who are distant, for the great dramas of the world. The hard part is loving those who are beside us, on the street, in the neighborhood, in the family. Those people whose flaws and virtues we know deeply. João saw love as a constant practice, a daily exercise that builds bridges, heals wounds, and leaves a legacy of fraternity. Loving without self-interest, without expecting anything in return, is a seed that blossoms into eternity. This awareness made him seek ways to act with more empathy, to be present, to be an active agent in the lives of those who cross his path. He knew that this attitude is what guarantees a lasting and meaningful impact. Finally, João asked himself and everyone, how can you demonstrate true love today, the kind that transcends time and makes a difference? Building a legacy is not a task for the future, but a daily mission. Carla understood that every choice, every word, and every action are bricks that build her history and the impact she will leave. She knew that many seek grand deeds, but that small actions, done with love and consistency, have transformative power. The sum of these attitudes is what builds an affectionate and respected memory. Carla also recognized that legacy is tied to authenticity, to being faithful to one's own values, and to the courage to live with integrity even in the face of adversity. This integrity is what generates respect and inspiration. Furthermore, she realized that sharing knowledge, helping others grow, and fostering solidarity are ways for her presence to remain alive, even when her body is no longer here. Therefore, the building of the legacy begins now, in the present, with clear intention and continuous action. Time is the stage where our seeds bloom. And you? What legacy are you building today to be remembered tomorrow? Reflecting on life and death, we realize that the true meaning lies in the quality of the connections we establish. The body may leave, but what we give to the world through love, presence, and meaning remains. It is not passing glory that makes us eternal, but the way we touch the lives of others. It is being carried into the hearts and minds of people, being a living part of their stories. This is the invitation for you to live with intensity, purpose, and awareness. May your actions today be seeds that will bloom tomorrow, leaving a trail of light and inspiration. Don't let the fear of being forgotten paralyze you. Instead, transform it into fuel to act with passion and truth. Now it's your turn. Reflect on the legacy you wish to leave. Start today to cultivate deep relationships, to act with love, and to live with authenticity. Share this message with someone who needs to hear that true life lies in the memory we leave behind. And if you want, tell me here, what is the one value you want the world to keep in its memory forever?